Hello. I'm just starting a new episode of my transition from Kenya to Switzerland. Actually, my life as a Kenyan diaspora in Switzerland. Let's begin. This is just a story time, a story of my life. And don't worry, as I'll be looking down because I noted a few points that I have to address and let you guys know. Point number one, I arrived in Switzerland with my two children, Linda and Brown Otieno, in the year April 2002. And guess what? I had to seek asylum status. I'm just going to give you the details in brief because I don't need to give you all the full details. So I seeked asylum. It's demand asile. And actually they didn't accept my asylum status. And by the time I came in Switzerland, my son Brown was 5 years old and Linda was 9 years old. And what I like and I love about Switzerland those days, I don't know about this time now, as a Kenyan, normally they don't accept asylum status because they say Kenya is a peaceful country. But my story, I won't let you guys know for safety purposes. I won't let you know what my story was all about. But you guys just know I seek asylum status. So immediately, the second week of my stay in Switzerland, my kids were registered in a school. So it's like Brown started his schooling here, and Linda, since she had already started her school, she was in, I think, class 3 or 4. They fixed her in a class. Here they say it's a grade. I don't know whether it's grade or class. I don't know how to call it because I'm on the French side of Switzerland. By the way, Switzerland have 4 languages. The first language is German, second French, third Italian, and then the fourth one is a small one called Romanish. Yeah, don't mind my accent. So these children were placed in schools, and as for me, I had to register for a French course because normally I did a bit of French in my high school. I schooled in Pangani Girls, but it was not that intensive. So I had to register to do a French course because here there's no English, guys. There's no English. So I registered as a French course in a few months, and life began in Switzerland. So this is how our life began in Switzerland. And after a few years, I did it's called a restoration or kitchen course, and I did it for I think 6 months. Then later is when I got a job in the hospital that I'm currently employed. It's called Cantonal Hôpital Union Vaudoise Chauve. So I've been working in this hospital since 2007. This is fast forward. I don't need to give you all the details from 2002 to 2007. Mark, the kids are still continuing in their schools, and my children, as you know, Kenyan, I'm proud to be a Kenyan. Our education system, our starter education system is the best. So my kids were up to date, and I could be called once in a while by the teachers, and they would say my children are doing very well. And actually, my daughter, as she was placed in the 4th class, she was upgraded to the 5th because she was too much for the 4th class. She was too much intelligent for the 4th class. Yeah. So before I skipped some part, before I started working in the Shuv Hospital as an assistant kitchen carer or restaurant carer, I used to do some small jobs, and I'm also a very good hairdresser. I can do braids, I can do what do you call it, cornrows, just plating actually. So those are some of my skills that I have. And also I can cook. I cook very well. I can cook good chapatis, samosas, pilau, actually Kenyan authentic foods. So this also helped me because I used to get orders from African friends, especially from Congo. Big up to the Congo community who really supported me during my hustles, and the Rwandese too. Yeah, so later in 2010, I received my first resident permit. So a resident permit is a permit whereby you're a resident. It's a B permit because first of all, guys, remember I told you I was in asylum system, and when you seek asylum, they give you a N or F permit. So for those people who stay in Switzerland who are in my audience group, I think you understand what it is. It is a temporal permit because here you have to have a paper whenever you want to go to hospital, if you need to work. And normally as a temporal permit, normally it's very limited to get a job. But thank God those days I got a job in the hospital, my first job. And I could do some small jobs here and there with my temporal permit. So after I think 8 years, no, 10 years, no, 8 years, 2010 is when I received my resident permit. And fast forward, my daughter Linda, by the time I was receiving my resident permit, she had already received her Swiss nationality. For kids, it's a bit fast. And since she was good in school and she was doing well, so I think, and she had reached, I think, 18 years by then. So it was natural for her to get naturalized in Switzerland. But me and my son, they gave us the residential permit B. So that is how now my life began to get normal. Yeah.
Et moi, tu vas dire que j'étais née bientôt là. Ouais. Tu dois dire que je suis née. Parce que moi aussi, je suis ta fille.